So in Missouri, over 5,814 teens between ages 15 and 19 have given birth this year. Then an estimate of 273,000 teens have given birth between the ages of 15 and 19 nationally in 2013. Now these rates are way too high. Today I'm going to be talking about teaching sex education in public schools. Now this entails teaching them about safe sex, STDs, and where to go if you have an STD. So our teen pregnancy rate and STD outbreaks are way too high these years. Like recently here in Texas, a chlamydia outbreak came in Texas high school that was an abstinence-only school. This means that they only teach abstinence and do not tell teens about STDs or condoms or safe sex. Now I can speak about this topic because I've done plenty of research about it for this project. I've read many things, and I've also witnessed it before. I go to a very small high school, and so many people have gotten pregnant in my grade and lower. We even have had people in middle school get pregnant before, and this is just not right, and something needs to change. So today I'm going to be talking to you about what all sex education is and what it entails, how it can be taught, then why people are against the idea of teaching sex education in high schools or middle schools, and then I will tell you the effectiveness of teaching sex education in schools. So sex education is basically teaching young adults about safe sex, like using condoms every time, having birth control. It teaches them where to go if you have an STD, the symptoms of it. So basically, you're going to teach them how to use the condom, to use it every time, to take birth control the right way, and just to prevent the unwanted pregnancies. Now, so when you teach the young adults, you want to be mature about it and pick an age where they are mature about it, so around high school, right when people start becoming sexually active. Now, there are many different ways to teach sex education. One way is to have your parents do it for you, which most parents are too embarrassed to take it seriously and teach their kids what to do about it, because I know my mother was very embarrassed to have the sex talks with me as well. So this is helpful for some parents, but most not. You can also have other young people talk to the children about it, like people in their 20s come down and have like a little class about it and teach them about it. Most kids feel more comfortable with this and take it a lot more seriously because they're seen as a peer to them. Or you can have a teacher teach it to them. So teachers would have like a regular class, and they would teach all the safe sex about it. But most of this isn't, like, teachers don't feel comfortable doing it, but it's the most effective way because students look to teachers as role models and authority, so they listen better, and it's a class, so you would have to take tests and things and actually learn about it. So these are the different ways that you can teach them. So my personal experience, I listened to a friend of mine more than I listened to my parents or teachers, so I agree with using the young people teaching others in like a class or like having a lecture about it every once in a while. So now let's talk about why people are against sex education. So one big one is that it's against other people's religious views. Many religions believe in waiting till marriage to have sex. Well, there's ways that your parent can inform the school that they do not want you in a sex education class, or you can inform the school themselves that you're not comfortable with having that. And the school will work with you to where you don't have to take the class. You can do as you please. You're not forced to do this. And to be honest, most kids are going to have sex before marriage in this generation, so they need to know about it before it happens. And then another big one is people think that it promotes sex at a young age. So a big thing that schools are trying to do now is have condoms available in the nurse's office and have a limit on how many people can do it. So people say that this promotes sex at an early age, but it doesn't. A study was done in Asia, Africa, Latin American places, and it confirmed that condom distribution did not make the sexual activity higher. And this came from the Rappler article. And it does not promote safe sex. And then in studies in Boston, Los Angeles, and Seattle, and several schools in Massachusetts have done condom distribution, and it did not promote sex. The rates of sex were actually lowered, and the unwanted pregnancy in teens was actually lowered as well. So generally, it doesn't promote sex at a young age. It just makes them learn about it. It doesn't make them want to do it, it just makes them learn about it. And this was also from the Rappler article. So now let's talk about the pros of sex education. So it helps the children learn what sex is and how to be safe with it. It teaches them to use condoms. It teaches them to do birth control, and it teaches them everything that they need to know about it. So it also answers all of the kids' questions, like what happens when they go through puberty, where do they go if they have things like STDs, like the symptoms of it. It teaches them how to practice a safe sex, so like I said before many times, using condoms, using birth control. And a big one, it teaches them about sexual abuse. It teaches them if it's happening to them and where to go if it is happening to them, like places to go to talk to somebody about it and things. So it teaches them all of that, which is very helpful for a child. They need to know where they can go if they have an STD. They need to know where they can go if they're getting sexually abused. They need to go to get condoms to have safe sex. So, mainly it prevents unwanted pregnancies and STD outbreaks because they know how to not get pregnant, how to get rid of STDs. Now, sometimes condoms don't always protect from STDs like HIV and AIDS, but they will learn this in this class. It's not common knowledge that people have for this. They just learn it. So, in conclusion, you can see there are many reasons why sex education needs to be taught in schools. Our kids need to be taught and things. So today I've told you how sex education is taught. I've also told you why people are against it, and I've also told you what is good about sex education being taught in schools. I hope you take this information and help support sex education in schools and help lower our rates of teen pregnancies and STD outbreaks. Thank you.